The movie opens in a dimly lit interrogation room with Hutch Mansell sitting bruised, bloodied, and smoking a cigarette, holding a stray kitten he's feeding tuna from a can. Two FBI agents question him aggressively about his identity and recent chaos. Hutch, calm and detached, simply replies,
Me?
In the heart of a quiet suburban neighborhood, there lived a man named Hutch Mansell, portrayed with gritty intensity by Bob Odenkirk. Hutch was the epitome of the overlooked everyman, a devoted but distant husband to his wife Becca, a father to his teenage son Blake and young daughter Sammy, and an unremarkable employee at his father-in-law Eddie's metal fabrication factory. His days blended into a monotonous blur, waking up to the same alarm, jogging half-heartedly, commuting through traffic, and returning home to a family that seemed to drift further away with each passing evening. Becca slept with a pillow barrier between them, symbolizing the emotional walls in their marriage. Blake viewed his dad as weak and uninspiring, often rolling his eyes at Hutch's attempts at conversation.
Come on! Fuck!
One fateful night, everything changed for Hutch. As he lay awake, intruders, a desperate couple named Luis and Lupita, broke into his home, armed with what seemed like a loaded gun. They demanded cash and valuables from the kitchen bowl. Hutch, sneaking downstairs with a golf club, confronted them calmly. His son Blake, hearing the commotion, bravely tackled one of the thieves, putting him in a headlock. But Hutch, with his trained eye, noticed the gun was unloaded. Instead of unleashing his skills and escalating the situation, he chose mercy, urging Blake to let them go with the words, "It's not worth it."
Let him go, son. What? I said let him go.
The thieves fled with a pittance, but not before punching Blake in the face. The police arrived soon after, and the responding officer subtly mocked Hutch for not fighting back, labeling him a coward in front of his family. Blake's disappointment was palpable, Becca's concern laced with unspoken frustration. The next day, Hutch's frustration boiled over when Sammy discovered her beloved kitty cat bracelet was missing, likely snatched during the robbery.
You can't find what?
My kitty cat bracelet.
This small loss became the tipping point. Hutch confided in his brother Harry, who was in hiding, and communicated via a hidden radio, admitting he hadn't fought because the gun was empty. Harry, knowing Hutch's past, warned him to stay buried, but Hutch couldn't. He visited his retired FBI agent father, David, and quietly retrieved his old FBI badge and gun while David napped. Determined to reclaim some sense of control, Hutch tracked the thieves using a clue from Lupita's wrist tattoo. He visited seedy tattoo parlors, flashing his own mysterious tattoo, a 72211 playing card symbol that signified his elite military background. Thugs who initially threatened him backed off in respect upon seeing it, murmuring,
"Thank you for your service."
Locating Luis and Lupita's rundown apartment, Hutch burst in, pistol whipping Luis, and demanding the bracelet.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet, motherfucker!
But upon learning they were desperate parents stealing for their sick baby's medical bills, and seeing the infant, he couldn't bring himself to harm them further. He left empty-handed, punching a wall in the pouring rain, his inner turmoil manifesting as self-inflicted pain. This encounter didn't satisfy his need for justice. Instead, it amplified his internal conflict, showing Hutch that his old instincts for violence were clashing with his capacity for empathy. That same night, on a late bus ride home, Hutch's pent-up fury finally came out. A gang of thugs, led by the aggressive Teddy, crashed their car nearby and boarded the bus, disturbing a young woman. Hutch, banished from his earlier outburst, quietly told the driver to get off for safety. Then, with a steely glare, he provoked them, "I hope you guys brought your A-game." What followed was a savage, no-holds-barred fight.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
He dodged each blow with steady ease, answering with quick, improvised blows born from years of practice. Thrown through a window, he pulled himself back inside without pause, his movements calm but dangerous. In the end, he hit Teddy with a pole, but stopped later. shaky hands, he cut a small opening and slipped a straw in place, urging Teddy to breathe. For a moment, it seemed to work, but Teddy never woke again, drifting into a coma. If you liked the recap of Nobody, do like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps and explanation videos. Bloodied and exhilarated, Hutch staggered home. This was no random act of heroism. It was Hutch rediscovering his true self, the auditor who thrived in chaos. The violence provided a cathartic release, but it came at a cost. Teddy was the brother of Yulian Kuznetsov, a ruthless Russian mob boss who guarded the mafia's massive slush fund known as the Obshak. As Hutch returned home, Becca tended to his wounds in silence, her actions revealing she had long suspected his hidden past. In a vulnerable moment, Hutch opened up about his former life, confessing how the distance in their marriage had tormented him. They reconnected intimately, the adrenaline sparking a renewed passion. Meanwhile, Yulian, furious over his brother's fate,
Who did this to my brother?
used a dropped Metro card to identify Hutch, blackmailing a Pentagon contact. Yulian mobilized assassins for revenge.
Leave one of the children.
Everybody get to the basement.
What?
Right now. Let's go. Move.
What is
Move.
Dad, what?
Right
What's
now.
happening? Hutch,
That night, mobsters forced their way into Hutch's home. He rushed his family into the basement safe room and turned the house into a trap-laden battleground. With gunfire, makeshift defenses, and his own fists, he cut through the intruders with quiet precision. Even when bound in the trunk of a car, he found a way out, triggering a crash with nothing more than a fire extinguisher. Hutch came back to end what was left, sent his family to safety, and burned the house to the ground, leaving nothing behind.
I see trouble in you, and I
Now fully committed, Hutch sought out his old handler, the barber, for intel on Yulian. Learning of the Obshak, Hutch boldly stole the gold bars and cash. He used some to buy Eddie's factory outright, taunting his father-in-law with, "It's a good deal now," and began rigging it as a fortified trap. Hutch confronted Yulian at his nightclub, burning piles of the stolen cash right in front of him and warning, "You should have taken the chance."
Last ounce of courage to fight the unbeatable foe.
Enraged, Yulian assembled his entire army for an all-out assault on the factory. The climax unfolded in a chaotic, explosive showdown at the factory. Yulian's men charged in, only to fall victim to the Mansel's ingenious traps, tripwires triggering shotguns, explosive cars ramming through walls, and hidden snipers picking off stragglers. David, shotgun in hand from atop a forklift, gleefully blasted away, exclaiming, "They brought a lot more men than I expected." Harry provided precise cover fire, while Hutch charged head-on, using a bulletproof shield to ram Yulian through a window before delivering a fatal shot point-blank, muttering, "Nobody wins." The battle was bloody and over the top, with bodies piling up amid the wreckage. In the end, the Mansells emerged victorious, battered but alive, their family ties stronger than ever through shared peril. Hutch's story didn't end there. Arrested by police and interrogated in a dingy room, where he casually fed a stray kitten while declaring himself nobody, a mysterious phone call from higher-ups secured his release, erasing all charges. Months later, Hutch and Becca were house hunting, their marriage revitalized. As they toured a potential home, Hutch's phone rang with another cryptic call, hinting at future dangers. He simply asked the realtor about the basement, a nod to the safe rooms that had saved his family.
Thanks. Does this house have a
basement.
In a post-credits tease, Harry and David drove off in an RV loaded with weapons, the phone ringing again, suggesting Hutch's adventures were far from over.
If you liked the recap of Nobody, do like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps and explanation videos.